Sips and Stories would like to thank the following sponsors for your continued support. Welcome to Sips and Stories, where your journey matters, your story inspires, and every episode is a space to uncover what truly makes people thrive. Join me as we dive into real conversation with amazing guests, each one sharing the moments, lessons, and experiences that shaped who they are today. I'd love to hear from you, too. What's your journey? What's your story? And most importantly, what makes you thrive? We'll see you on the next story. Hi, everybody. I'm Sandy Shook. This is Sips and Stories. Thank you for joining us. Tonight I have Tara with me. Tara, can you let everybody know who you are and what it is that you do and why you're here?
Wow. My name is Tara, as Sandy said, and I am the owner of Triumphant Stories. And Triumphant is a social impact company that helps authors and speakers go on their journey to become successful. So we have a mentorship program that helps them through that journey.
So are you originally from Colorado? I know the answer to that.
I would say I'm a transplanted Colorado native. We've lived here since 1981. So I was in elementary school when we moved. My dad was in the military, which is what brought us here. And we were fortunate that what my dad did, he was a doctor in the military, kept him here. So we didn't do a lot of moving around like a lot of military families do. So I grew up here in Colorado. Colorado Springs.
Yeah. So how did you get into Triumphant? What's the story behind that? We can always go back to, your childhood and, all the things that we learned about through your brother.
Right. So Garrett Goggans, he is the visionary behind Triumphant, and he has started branching out into some other things and asked me if I would take it over.
Yeah, but you've always been...
I've always been a part of it, kind of in the background, but it was kind of his vision at the beginning. And so now I've taken his vision and we're just going to just grow with it really fast.
I like that sound effect.
Yeah.
So what is the vision that you have?
So our vision is to help people who have a story of triumph. They've come through anything, and we all have them. Take them on their journey to success. And these are people who want to make money on their story. So not everybody wants to do that, and that's perfectly fine. But our mission is to take those stories to transform other people's lives as well. So that's what the mission is.
Yeah, so I met you, I know that I met you a long time ago when you were all down at the Public Alexander for Wednesday night, I don't know, memoirs or something,
yes,
or whatever it was. I think I only went once and thought, I want to go again. That was kind of cool.
It was cool.
But is that something that is still going on, or?
Memoirs, I don't know if it was taken over, but no, I don't think so. That was another one of Garrett's passion projects that I helped out with. Because we were, as a business, I was sponsoring it, so.
Oh, okay. So, as a business, you were sponsoring it. What was your business?
So Garrett and I, we love each other, can you tell?
Well, we'll get into that.
We love each other now, maybe not when we were younger, but no, Garrett and a friend of ours had started a digital marketing company. And maybe a year after they had started it, I got laid off from where I was working. And I was looking for another job, and I'm like, is there anything I can do to help you guys? Because I haven't heard any, big news. And he's like, I don't know what to do. He said, advertising on the radio is cost prohibitive. And he said, I don't know how to get the word out. And so where I had come from, the last job I had been in was an executive admin for the fundraising developer at a nonprofit. So I learned a lot of ways of getting things out there that didn't cost a thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, working for a nonprofit, I'm sure that you had to find the best ways to spend somebody's money that you didn't have any control over.
Yeah, exactly. And I had worked at another organization, a startup, and so we had done a lot of just networking. So I said, okay, there's networking things out there that cost nothing, where you meet a lot of people and we can get the word out. And we started a Facebook Live, kind of a podcast type thing that we did once a month, where we offered tips and tricks for people who you can do what you need to do with your own digital marketing. It's just time consuming.
Are those still out there?
They're out there online. They're out there. So we were building the business and we were growing too. I joined the Tri-Lakes Chamber of Commerce, and I was going to all of their after hours. And within, I'd say 6 months at max, we had 3 or 4 clients that they didn't have before.
Oh.
So as we progressed down the road and we started getting more people to come in, then they made me a partner. And then as we continued to progress down that road, then they made me a managing partner so that then we could be a woman-owned business.
Oh, cool. Wow. That's really neat.
Yeah.
So you've actually grown with every piece of the businesses that you've been involved in since you said you got laid off?
Yeah, laid off in 2017, 18. So
before all the push of
and then we went through. So we built, we were growing, it was really good, and then COVID hit. And we ended up losing a lot of our customers because they had brick and mortar and they weren't surviving through it all. So we rebuilt, and we had some other setbacks, and now we're putting that on the back burner. AI is doing things that kind of made us obsolete. So now I'm doing Triumphant. And we're going to build this. It's going to be better than anything.
Yes, it is. Colorado, you kind of grew up here.
I grew up here.
And what did you do right out of high school? Or were you in sports in high school? Were you active?
So I was never the sports person.
You weren't the academic?
I'm the
either?
No, Garrett was the academic. I mean, I got decent grades, but I had to really work for them. But no, in high school, my thing was I was singing the choirs. When I was younger, I played in band, but as I got older, I just did theater stuff.
And do you do karaoke now?
Oh, God, no.
Oh,
I'm the consummate. I'm that good of a singer. No.
You probably are. We'll get you out there. Hey, that could be a story. Triumphant. Sports though, or just singing and drama?
I sang and did things with the theater group. And I was studious. I did do my schoolwork and stuff, and I had friends, but I didn't do sports. That was never my thing as a kid.
Did you get in trouble other ways then? Not that I'm trying to dig dirt out of you.
I didn't really get into too much trouble. I got into trouble one time, really big trouble, and that was when I was older and got involved with a boy.
Oh.
And that's when I got in trouble. But other than that, just basic trouble,
Well, good.
I would smart mouth sometimes.
Well, that's good. You get things done that way, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not being smart mouth, but
you get smacked a few times too.
So did you travel a lot then when
we were younger? When Garrett and I were younger, we would travel at least once a year to Atlanta. And we would spend summers with our aunt that lived in Atlanta. So my dad's from. And so we did as kids. Then we traveled. My dad did do a tour of duty in Germany. So we lived in Germany for 2 years, and then while we were there, we went to Paris. So we did a little bit of traveling, and I've done more traveling as an adult.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place that you've gone?
My favorite place so far has been Guam.
I've heard that Guam is.
It's
really a neat place to go.
It's different. It's more different than I thought it was going to be. It is beautiful. Water is clear, sandy beaches that you can't walk on barefoot.
Really? Too hot?
No, there's there's coral reefs out there, and all of the dead coral comes up, and you're just like walking on just needles. You have to have reef shoes if you're going to walk. But the water is clear, and I went snorkeling for the first time, and all I want to do is find a place to go snorkeling.
Oh, I bet.
It was awesome. So Guam has been my favorite so far.
Have you been back since
No, I probably would have never gone to Guam. My son's in the Navy and was stationed there.
Oh, okay.
And so he's stateside now, not in Guam any longer, but that's why I went.
Yeah. How long has he been in?
Going on 10 years now.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Yep, just about.
What was that with him going into the Navy? What was that like? Was that kind of a hard, because the Navy, right, you're out on the water mostly?
His initial when he left for boot camp was probably the hardest, because.
Where was boot camp?
In Chicago. And he went right out of high school. He'd never been away from me for very long, and so that was hard, because when they go to boot camp, you don't get to talk to him for months, you know, and there's no contact. Now, he had to call me a couple times because he had to get some information from me, so that was, I got spoiled with that. But then after that, he did his first tour in Guam, and he was there for almost 9 years. He met his wife, and she had their baby before they came back to the States, so I'm a grandma.
And are you an active grandma?
When they first came back stateside, the Navy sent my son AJ directly to this 6-month training.
Oh boy.
And so his wife, who is from the islands, she's never been off the island, was going to end up having to go to Virginia and try and do all that by herself. So instead, we detoured, and she and the baby came and stayed with my mom and I for that 6 months. And then she and I went out and found their house and
how fun!
So by the time AJ was done with his training, they were going to Virginia and closing on their first house. So it's pretty exciting.
Wow. So have you written any stories yet in Triumphant? I know that there is one book out there.
There is. Our first cycle is out there, and Garrett wrote the foreword in that book, in the chapter. This next cycle, I'll be writing one. I haven't written one yet. I didn't write in the first one, but I will in this one.
So tell me how it works. Because I know that you have a, what do you call it, a program or a workshop that's coming up?
We call it a mentorship program, and it's a 5-pillared mentorship program. So they'll get mentorship in these things. So writing, because everybody who goes through the program will get a chapter in the book. So they'll have some guidance on how to write. Then they'll go on to a speaking mentor who will help them with their stage presence, dealing with nerves, being in front of a camera, because you're not necessarily on a big stage, but just how to be comfortable. So they'll get that mentorship. Then they'll get branding and some marketing mentorship, because they're turning themselves and their story into a brand. And then after that, they'll go on to get some business mentorship for how to set things up, how to, all that kind of stuff, that nobody, but there's a lot. And so, they'll get that, and then after that, the final piece of that is mindset. So now that you've gone through the journey and we're getting ready to push you out here and do all this, where's your mind?
We taught you, little toddler. Yes. Now you go.
But we're not sending them out and leaving them out there.
Okay.
They're part of our family and part of our community, and that's another part that as we grow Triumphant, our community is going to grow. So there's a place for our audience and our readership to come back and interact with our authors and speakers.
Wow. So it all started with what? You and Garrett had stories that you wanted to share, or did you, like me, with my Coffee with Sandy stuff, did you at that point know that there was so much more out there that people needed to share and people needed to know?
Not at that point. Because like I said, this was Garrett's baby. And so he had the vision, but we've always believed that words have power and stories can transform and they can change you. I mean, you can go to a library and read story after story, but I think that we find that it's the everyday people that have the best stories, and they're the ones that are going to be the most transformative, because you look just like me.
Mm-hmm.
You're going through something similar just like me, and you've overcome.
Yeah.
Well, wow, now you've done it, I'm feeling stuck, what do I do?
Yeah.
And so your story now has transformed somebody else's life.
Mm-hmm.
And they may want to come and tell their story. And so it's just a constant transformation and healing for people.
Wow. I can't imagine what it would be like to be part of that whole process because it's not just one person going through it, right? You have...
So in a cycle, we usually have 20 cohorts.
Okay.
So 20 chapters, 21, because I'll have a chapter. And then 20 people who I'll be getting with you and getting them out there so that they can get comfortable speaking about themselves and telling their story.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a launching pad. They may want to go on to speak on bigger stages. They may want to be a writer and write more stories. So it's this launching pad for them.
Yeah, and it's just giving them the tools that give them that opportunity to see, I guess, how it all works in a safe environment.
Well, and
right?
When if you want to be an author, you can go into a mentor and you can get some writing coaching. But then as you go through that and you realize, oh wow, now I need to get on podcasts because I need to push this book because this is how I'm going to be making money now. And then you have to go through a whole other, now I've been on a podcast, right? And it wasn't that great. I was nervous. Maybe I need to seek out somebody to help me do this. So then now they're paying somebody else. We're a one-stop shop where they can come in and get it back to back to back all in one place.
Yeah.
For a very nominal fee, and then they get us after that. We don't just go away.
Yeah.
We're there.
So just like any other mentor, a good mentor will be there for any other questions, any questions that come up during the process and then after the process when you kind of you take the training wheels off a little bit,
right.
But they know that you're still available.
Yeah.
So did you ever think you were going to be doing this?
I didn't. I really didn't. I mean, I was excited when Garrett came up with the idea and I could see where it could go, but I was kind of at a back part. And then when he threw it to me, I was overwhelmed and chaotic and...
But so you were at the back part though. So what did you see of being in that back, just kind of watching and seeing what's going on? Did you have any suggestions, things like that? Were you that involved before you took on this role that you're in right now, or
a little bit? I mean, a little bit.
You just let him do his thing, and
well, I mean, it was his thing,
Yeah.
And I figured at some point I probably would end up writing a chapter in a book, if he continued on. But as we went down that, and I was involved in it, I said, yeah, we definitely had some side conversations about different things. And it was a huge learning experience. It was the first one. It was, I've got this idea, I've launched it, it's my baby, and wow, that went off the rails, but that was good, but that wasn't so great. So now I did learn from that. And so now that I've taken it over, I've done some extra work and some things that I think are going to really propel us.
So you're going to be the 21st chapter.
Yes, essentially.
Or is it going to be number 1?
Well,
and then it goes into...
I don't know.
Do you figure all that out, how it actually... because with a normal book that people write, you have the transition into whatever it is, and then it comes full circle, right? But I'm assuming with Triumphant, it's not that way. That it's... people's stories and then what?
So, then they get ownership in the book. And that's part of what, so if they're selling books and things, they make not a lot of money, but they're making some money on the books. But they have this book now. They
could say they're an author.
Exactly. So when you're talking to people or you're wanting to get on a podcast or something like that, to talk about the book, well, I've got the book, I've written a chapter, and now I've got, more. But it's just something on your resume that's giving you credibility. Right? And so then when you are going and wanting to get on other stages to speak, you've got some credibility. Hey, I've been on this podcast. Triumphant had this pop-up event and I spoke on stage. I've done this now, so I know what I'm doing. I'm not just some green person that's coming off the street and just wants to speak.
Yeah. Well, what would your story be like? Do you have an outline already?
So my chapter in the book, I have decided I'm going to write it from, I'm the first cohort of this next session of Triumphant. And I'm going from overwhelmed to empowered. So that's the chapter of my book, the title of my chapter. And I have to say that I met with a business consultant. And I know you've had him on before because Mark Biddle is incredible. And he could tell you if you said that, talk to him, how absolutely overwhelmed and just all over the place I was. And I spent one day, for about an hour and a half, 4 or 5 weeks with Mark. And when I came out of there, I wasn't overwhelmed anymore, and I had a clear map of where to go.
Yeah.
And so
isn't that incredible? I mean, it's like, how in the world? Because you can say that, oh, nobody can help me, and then you get in front of him, and it's like,
and he's asking you questions, and you're going,
I know.
I'm already overwhelmed, and you're asking me these questions, and I'm like, I don't know the answer. I'm trying to give you an answer, but it's I was amazed because seriously, by the time we were done, I am now so excited. I didn't have that excitement because I just didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
And just sitting down and putting things on paper and finding that clarity was
yeah. I can honestly say that finding the right mentor is
absolutely
so empowering.
Yeah,
it's you can sleep at night because you know that hopefully he doesn't lose sleep like I do about my business, but I don't know how you can manage all the things with everybody. But I swear, it's really a great. Last year for me has been really eye-opening and exciting at the same time, just because so many different opportunities that pop up that because I have that clarity. I can sit back and go, okay, is this something that I want, something that I need, or is it something that I should put on the back burner? And I'm sure that's what you learned as well.
I came in there and I thinking, I don't know what I'm doing with this one. I didn't have that passion of the visionary, right? And so when I first started talking to Mark, I'm like, well, I don't know, I have to ask Garrett. And he said, but no, this isn't Garrett's anymore, this is yours.
Yeah.
And when I stepped into that and started making decisions based on how I thought this should go, where I thought the vision was, and wherever the mission should be, it just all kind of just started clicking into place. I mean, it was amazing how it just was.
Yeah. So you have a workshop that's coming up then. You want to talk about that?
I'm going to call it a cycle, I think at this point. These words may change as I go, but so the cycle is the 5 pillar. So it's the whole thing. And so first thing that they're going to do is they're going to write their chapter so we can get the book published. And then that's going to...
Oh, so that is the very first step.
That's the very first step.
Okay.
Because that's the time-consuming part. They've got to write, then we've got to get it out to be edited, then we've got to get it proofed, and then back to them, and then take it so they can be printed and put out on Amazon so they can be purchased. So that's time-consuming. That's happening all while they're going through their other mentor sessions.
And you have other professional mentors and why do you do that?
So, because I want them to get the best foundation that they can get. And so my mentors are experts in their fields. They're not new people in there. I don't have startups right now. There's nothing wrong with that, but I've got people who know what they're doing. They know their stuff. And so that the people that they're mentoring, the people that are paying me to mentor them, they're getting everything that they could need. Plus, they'll have the ability to go back and say, you know what, I met with Mark. He's the business vendor, so he's giving, an hour and a half talk to however many people are there, 20 people. Hopefully they all show up.
Oh, okay. So everybody's in the same cycle or whatever or together.
Yeah. So when they meet with the writing coach, she's going to have a dossier on everybody that's in that cycle.
Okay, a what?
A dossier. So it's going to give their name. Okay. It's going to tell what their passions are. It's going to answer some questions, and probably the first mentor is going to get a fairly blank dossier. But as they fill out what they noticed, what they worked with, and then they're passing that on to the next mentor. So the next mentor knows where they're at within their journey and what maybe they need over something else. So, and then it just keeps being passed down so that by the end, I'll have something that shows their journey through this, and the mentors then will have the ability to be better mentors. But if they're in with Mark, and they know and see how wonderful he is, everybody's going to want to meet with him after. So I've got contractors, but they have the ability then to make money as well.
Right. Well, and then also too, it gives people the opportunity to, when they didn't know who to actually go to because they wanted to share, they wanted to get into, even just being a writer is intimidating. Okay, like I'm a writer, but
I'm not a writer, but
someday I will be.
I'm not a writer, and the thought of having to write a chapter in a book is intimidating, because that's not what I would say is my big wheelhouse. I can do it, but it gives me great anxiety. But I can do it.
Do you have like a word count or anything like that
I think
you try
it's
to keep
2,000, 25. I have to look at Garrett for that one. I didn't do much with the publishing of the book for the first one. So it's that, but at least I can lean into him to help with that. So it's 2,500 words is your chapter.
Okay.
So it's not a huge word count. It's to tell a story.
But it helps you narrow down exactly. Be more precise in what you want to say.
It gets your story so that you've told it. You understand how to write it.
Yeah.
Then if you want to go on and write a book, tell in greater definition of your story, then you can do that as well. But now you understand what it takes, how to process putting everything on paper. You're just going to take it to a bigger level, and they'll be able to meet if they have, that's their passion, if that's what they want to do, right? If they're coming through the program because I'm dying to be an author, and this is great, and I love the person who is doing our writing. Again, they can meet with them and get even more education.
Yeah.
So that's why it was important to me to have really good experts in their fields for my mentors.
So you already have
I have my mentors.
Wow, that's so cool. That's exciting. Know that it's like you took it over, and here you are. You went through your whole.
Yeah. I went through a journey. I sure did. Yes, I did. I went through a journey, and it was an interesting journey. But it was interesting. But I'm glad I went through it. I'm glad I'm where I am now.
Yeah. Well, I want to know a little bit more about who you are, though, because we can talk about Triumphant. I will say that I did get the first volume or first copy, and of course I'm paging through it. Who do I know in this book? And it's kind of cool to be able to read just little excerpts of somebody's life and realize that, wow, I had no idea that they went through that.
Yeah. And their story can be transformative and healing for somebody else. What more could you ask for?
Yeah. What was your life like when you were growing up?
What was my life like when I was growing up? It seemed pretty normal. I don't know. You want me to tell you the stories about Garrett and I fighting, don't you?
They can listen,
Because I was a big sister, and I was a big sister from hell. Although he did some pretty crazy things too. Did he tell you about the time he chased me around the complex in Germany with a butcher knife?
No.
Yes, that happened.
What did you say to him that got him that mad?
It takes a lot to get Garrett mad. I mean, it really does. So I must have done something real good.
And that was before axe throwing, right?
Yeah, that's when we were real though, because we were still in Germany, and we left Germany when I was 9 and Garrett was 7. So,
Oh,
yeah, we were young. We were really young.
You remember that though, huh?
He was chasing me with a butcher knife. He didn't catch me though. I outran him.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But I mean, my child, we had a pretty normal childhood. I grew up here. I went to elementary school, graduated here.
What's one of the best things that you remember of Colorado Springs outside of it being such, much smaller town than what it is now?
So when we were stationed in Germany, we came to Colorado right after my dad's tour. So this was his second tour, was here in Colorado Springs. And we were fortunate, I say, because when we were in Germany, we met people who ended up coming to Colorado Springs as well. So kids that I played with when I was in Germany, I still talk to every day today. So going on close to 50 years, I have friends that were with us in Germany.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the best thing about Colorado Springs.
Yeah, because you can run into people that you've known for...
not just run into, I mean, we're talking best friends, How do you know somebody for 50 years like that? And yeah, I talk every day and
wow,
see each other every day for the most part, yeah.
Well, and the thing is that I've been out here now from Minnesota for 41 years this year. And so I know what you're talking about. When you have those people that you've known since you've been out here, I mean, or since, whenever, but I have a lot of great friends back home too, so when I moved out here, now I go home and it's like, okay, I'm coming home and I want to see them, so it's nice to be able to.
Yes, it is.
And I'm grateful, but okay, I know that not a lot of people are, like this, like me with social media, but I am grateful for social media because I get to see, the things that I would never know about if I didn't.
You're not there.
Yeah. Because I'm not there. So.
That is one of the beauties of social media.
But it's also too, I don't know if you remember the time that, we used to have to pay for minutes on the phone. So it's like, I just remember even calling mom and dad, they were either in Minnesota or they were in Arizona. They moved to Arizona after I moved out here. And then mom moved back to Minnesota. But when they were in Arizona, it was like paying for, $10 for a, I mean, it was like a very quick phone call. It was just the check-in phone call, not...
Yeah, those when you had about the minutes was terrible.
Yeah, and now I think I talk to my mom every week and it's over an hour.
And now we have video calls, Think about back when we were kids, and you want to talk to your friend or whatever, and you're writing letters.
Yes.
And you might talk on the telephone, and now, you can just pick up your phone and be like, hey, how you doing? And see each other's faces. Yeah.
Well, and I also, too, we had pen pals when we were growing up. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, and you brought up that memory. Wow.
Hey, that's what I do think.
Yeah,
I get little stories out of them.
Yeah, so tell me how you do that. I mean, you're looking for 20 people. Do you have those 20 people already, or are you still promoting? And then what's the process and as far as how that works when somebody decides, like, let's just say I decide that I want to be part of it. What would I have to do is it like an application process where
I would sit down and talk with you, because... Does
this count?
Well, I've talked to you lots of times, but this counts too. But no, there's a certain amount of vetting, because just because this is something that somebody wants to do, are you ready? Are you really ready? Because it takes some commitment, right? I mean, just going through this 5-week process, it takes commitment, and it's pretty intense. But then maybe they think they're ready, and then they go through it and they realize they're not, or maybe they don't think they're ready yet and they want to do it later. But I need to, you want to know that the passion is there. so that their story, because if you have the passion and you're ready to go on that journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're there. Not everybody's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I don't know if I should say this. Well, I'll say it, you can edit it out if it shouldn't. But I think that in the first cycle that Garrett did, not everybody was ready.
Mm-hmm. Well, but you did say that you learned a lot
Exactly,
that first.
we learned a lot. We learned how needing to vet people, needing to, you know, where are you at? Because this is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're paying for it. So you would think that would be the motivating factor for people to be committed, but it's not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
And it was people who weren't as committed that then wanted all of the payout on the end.
Mm.
So we learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here today.
Yes, you are, and now you're doing another one because it was at the time, did you look at it as a passion project?
I think Garrett was looking at it as a passion project, and I was just there as...
Yeah, not to discount it. I mean, it
was his passion project at the time, and I was there to help, because that's just
what you do.
Mm-hmm. So
have you always been a helper? Outside of trying to run away from a knife butcher?
I've always been the helper, the person that tries to keep things together. That's yeah.
So are you a peacekeeper then, or are you
probably more of the rebel? Just because I found out that my why for doing things is that there's always a better way. I look for the better way. So you have to be a rebel to do that, because sometimes you have to go against the status quo. Mm-hmm. So I'm a rebel. And I have a cause.
Sounds like it. How do you find the better way, though? I mean, what's your way of doing that?
You know, there's any number of things. It's not any just one way. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes when I start,
so it's not always Tara's way.
No, not always. No, because I'll start out and we did the first book, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you're going to learn there's a better way to do it. Now we know we've learned some things. So now we know we're doing it better this time.
Does it make you pause because you knew that there was a better way? Does it make you stop and not move forward until you decide that you have the best way to do it this time? Because I know that could be a block as well, right?
I think that I'm pretty good at getting to a spot when I'm going through these processes, getting to a spot that says, okay, I can't do any more right now with this. So let me move on.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that I'm not necessarily going to come back and relook at things, because there's always going to be a better way. Mm-hmm. But I can't just focus on one thing forever, because then nothing gets done. So I have to understand, okay, I've got this to the point where we're going to A-test this, right? This is our A. And we're going to move on. And then I'm going to come back and say, okay, this wasn't so great. Mm-hmm. We're going to change this. Now we're B-testing it. And then we're going to C-test it. We're going to see which is working. And then we'll move on.
So have you always been a really great leader?
No, I don't know. I don't know that I'm a great leader now.
Well, it sounds like it, though. I mean, if you're... I'm assuming that you would not have taken over this role if you did not look at the leadership that needed to be,
and I grew up.
Not necessarily perfected, but
I think that as a leader, I look at people and who they are, and not just a dollar sign or somebody who I just want to talk to. I look at who you are down to the end for, and then you get their stories, which is great. I mean, that's what you're doing. So you start talking to people, and because I care about people, it makes what I do seem easy. I don't ever say that I'm just a great leader. It's just not something that I would say about myself. But I try. It's a thought process that I go through to make sure that I'm not harming anybody, and I'm leading. We're going somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a good answer, but that.
No, I think that's great. To do what you do, it's hard enough to be sure that the message is given appropriately and the expectation is there. But also for you to not want to hurt people, and you want them to be sure that you want to be sure that they are in the right spot, right place, the right time, and they're sharing what's good for them, not what's just gonna make a dollar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more than that. I mean, it really is. It is going to be.
And I think that's what makes a great leader too, is that, leadership is all about that, where, you're not doing it to get the accolades for yourself.
Right.
You are there to help others.
Yeah. I'm the leader, but I like to be behind the scenes. So, I'm here. I mean, I have to be out in front to a point. I have to do things like this, which is fine.
And now she's going to be a speaker.
So, and the thing is that speaking that's probably more my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Garrett's probably more the writer. But yeah, I think I'm good at speaking in front of people.
Really?
I get nervous, but I can do it.
Yeah. Well, they say if you're not nervous, then you don't care about what it is that you're talking about, right?
I care a lot.
Yeah. Yes. So you had mentioned earlier that most people are either writers or they're speakers. Why are you doing all the things that are piecemealing it together? What's the...
So, if you're an author, that's what you want to do. You've got books. You've got a new book. What do? You've got to market it. And that's going to require maybe not being on a stage where you're holding a microphone walking back and forth, but it's going to require sitting down and speaking with you. Could be another podcast, and it may be that they're on a stage with somebody interviewing.
Don't you have publicists, though, that can do that for you? I don't know. Hey, I watch movies. So.
The publicist, there's some marketing that goes on with the publicist, no doubt. But this is your brand. I mean, you're saying that this is your baby. This is your story. You've lived it. You've come through it, and you're wanting to tell it.
Yeah.
Better a pen, writing it down. That's great, but there's still a certain amount of getting out there and being in front of people that you're going to have to do. And so this just helps take away some of that nervousness, helps you understand how you're attacking it, and it makes it easier for them. Now then, somebody who speaks may not want to write, but at the same time, like I said before, if I'm going to be on a stage, I'm here today, right? They're going to have to write something at some point. I mean, they're going to have to write a bio. They're going to have to write questions. There's a certain amount of speaking that's going to have to be done, or writing, either way. And so now they have the tools in their toolbox to know how to do that.
Yeah, that's what you're giving them.
Exactly. And because they're wanting to monetize this, I'm giving them everything to set that up. So that now they've got their brand, they've got their story, they know what they want to focus on, I want to be the speaker, but I also know how to write some things if I need to do that. I want to be the writer, but if I need to get on a stage or if I need to get on a podcast to talk about my book, I can do that. And I know where my money's going. I know how to market this. I know all of these things now.
So in other words, what you're saying is that what Mark did for you in this business, you do that for authors and speakers.
And then they get the mindset part of it too. So, and that's where Garrett comes back in. So Garrett's my mindset coach. And he's going to talk to them about, okay, so now you've got this great idea, you've got this great story, you've got all of your tools in the toolbox, but how do you start down the road? So yeah, it's kind of like when I met with Mark for all of it, we're taking little chunks of things.
Yeah.
And we're giving them.
Then with any expansion, is this all just for adults that have been through things, or are you?
So down the road, I'm only this will only be the second cycle.
What's the vision down the road?
For the vision down the road, for the books, and it's just it's always will be just a part of the program. I may do, like teenagers, see if I can get, something for teens. Maybe something for veterans, something for first responders. Can you imagine the stories I could get with first responders stories?
Well, or even just the fires.
Exactly,
the things that have happened recently. Yeah.
So we're and I'm thinking my vision at this point is that will be a session that's going on while I'm doing a regular Triumphant series. But they'll still get to go through the whole thing. So I'm still looking at people who want to do this for more than just Triumphant.
Right. So you're just doing this then for 7 weeks, and then do you have the next one set up, or are you?
I will be getting the next one set up as I'm going. And then we're going to be working on having events so that people who want to speak, I can get them on stages. And that will grow as Triumphant grows. The vision for that is to at some point have, maybe annual or biannual or big events where I can invite my people from past cycles, current cycles, and have events like that. And we want to disrupt the way speaking platforms work, because so often if you want to get on a stage, you're paying somebody to get on a stage. I want to turn around so that you've got enough credibility that you're being paid to get on stage. That is because that prohibits people sometimes from telling their story.
See, and I didn't realize that there's so many things that I don't think that a lot of people realize that, when you're doing things, you're paying first off until you're not available. And then that's when, there's the need or the desire or the, so I guess I didn't realize that you paid to be on stage too.
Yeah, a lot of times. So that's one thing that we want to disrupt. We want to have our platforms be that we're in a position where we can pay our speakers to be on stage. And then the other part of the vision for Triumphant is not just the books or the stages, because those are, again, just tools to help people move along in their journey. But because they're telling stories of transformation and we have audiences who are hearing them speak or read the book, I want to have a community where then they can come back so that they're not leaving an event going, wow, so-and-so's story was great. It's so close to what I'm going through, but now what do I do? Right? It's like, oh, I heard it and it's great and I feel inspired, but I don't know where to go from here. They're feeling overwhelmed. Now they need to be empowered, and that's what the story does. So then they'll be able to come into a community with the speakers, other speakers, my mentors, and hopefully be able to find their way and find their transformation. And that they may not ever come through Triumphant's program. They just may have heard. That's where we want to take Triumphant.
Well, I'm going to open it up for questions from the audience if there is any of your.
I've been going so far.
Yes.
So you said your chapter would be called Overwhelmed to Empowered, and then you talked about how Connection Mark helped you with the overwhelmed part. Where's the empowered part come in?
So now I feel empowered to do what I was overwhelmed, because I was feeling so chaotic. It's like I know I have this session coming up. I need 20 authors, and I've got a couple, but I need the rest of them. Where do I find this? And then I've got another thing over here. Then I was dealing with some health issues myself that I didn't know what was going on. I also take care of my mother, my mother.
Yeah.
So I have her, and I do a lot of things for my mom in taking care of her. She lives with me, and so.
So you're a full-time caregiver then for her? Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of different things that were happening in the midst of all that, while still just being absolutely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But when I'm telling you, when I was done with that, and I got my strategic business plan, and I read through it, and Mark had all these things that he in addition to that, it just fed it back into me, and I felt like I finally could see what the purpose was and where I was going with this and how to get there. That was the thing. It's like I have all of these things going on. How do I get there? Yeah. Because right now I need this in order to get here, but there's still all that was up here in my head and in my heart. Now I wanted to do it. And so when I was done and I got that business plan and I kind of got my marching orders, it gave me my marching orders. And I felt empowered, like, oh, I can do this. I'm going to do this. Let's do this. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
That's
and you'll be the first one done with your chapter, right?
Probably not.
All right, this might not be fair because I'm the brother, but I think there's a point or a piece to why Tara is the best successor for Triumphant. And I want her to talk about it a little bit, but who was your inspirational person? I know who she was as far as newscaster goes, and why was she the most inspirational person to you?
So when I was younger, all my life, my voice has been a thing for people, and so I wanted to be Barbara Walters. I wanted to go into journalism, and I wanted to ask the questions that made people cry. She just could do it. I loved Barbara, and that was really what I wanted to do there for a long time. And I didn't do a lot of speaking on the radio, but I did work for a radio station that was here for a long time, a little Christian radio station down in Fountain. KWYD, I think is what it was. And I would go on Sunday mornings and I would change out the shows and do the PSAs and make sure that all the stuff was working. So I did that for a while. Cool. I really did, but that wasn't in the cards for me. But now it was that thing about Barbara. We all remember Barbara. Everybody cried, and it wasn't because she was being mean or she was trying to make them cry. She just asked those questions that got right into where they were.
Yeah.
And you're watching it going, oh wow, she made, because she was talking to stars and politicians, but she made them human. She brought the humanity back to them, which is what I always loved about her. And that's what Triumphant is doing. We're taking the average, everyday person who doesn't think that they have a story, and I'm going to sit down with them. Think about, you and I were in a meeting this week, and a gentleman was in that meeting. And, and he was like,
right.
And then he starts telling us these stories of all of these different journeys that he's gone on. And he went on these journeys, and he was the best at something over here, that he had these accolades over here. And he's like, well, it's just a story. I'm like, yeah, but do you understand that when you tell the journey that you went through to get there, that how that could help somebody else who maybe is there? So those are the things that I like. You get to the humanity of people, and it's like, yeah, but do you know what you've done? Yep. Do you see what you've done? And then there's people who don't have all these huge accolades, but have come through a divorce with huge abuse issues or things like that. And if you've ever gone through something like that, how that can tear you down. Well, now they've come through it and they're here. And so somebody else who's going through that is now going to be healed by their story.
Well, also too, for those that, have worked in a job, a specific role for how long, and all of a sudden
we all have stories. We all, life takes you through ups and downs. Who hasn't had some struggles in life? We have a story. Not everybody wants to write it or get on stage, but when you have those stories, they are the things that change people's lives. You can go and talk to a therapist, and that's a good thing. But these people have gone through it. Now you're seeing yourself.
Yes.
You're not seeing the movie star. You're not seeing, the guy who made $1 billion because, he got into the stock market at the right time. He was just that smart. You're getting all of those stories, and it's hard to relate to those because they're not right here where you are. That's what Triumphant is doing. We're bringing the stories right here where you are of people who have come through surmountable odds, and they don't think they have a story.
Yeah.
Like, I have a story here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're uncovering.
Very cool.
Everyday people, who are you looking for, and what would you tell them? What you just said is talking to them, but what would you tell them about how important their experiences are to share with others? Everyday people, they have experiences. What would you say to them that their story matters?
So everyday people, I'm talking about your single mom who's working 2 jobs, a veteran, somebody in the military, you know, your firefighters, people, us, everybody in this room, okay? If you have a story and we're talking about your story and I'm gonna tell you, okay, do you know that there are so many people that are going through the same thing? And just like you felt stuck at the beginning and you didn't know how you were gonna come through, you came through and look at where you are now. Your story can be the healing of another person and another person and another person. So if this is what you want to do, that's the transformation that's happening. So they're coming through the program and it's a transformational program. Yeah, they're getting all the mentorship, but when they come out, they have all of this stuff in their arsenal and their mindset is, I'm going to change the world.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
To be able to
Did that answer your
know that
question?
in the end. Yeah. That's great. I think that's the other thing too, is that even a CPA, you know, anybody, you know, somebody that's been an executive admin for 30 years, you don't know what they've seen and what they've experienced.
I mean,
And I think it is just the average Joe that is awesome.
and we were in that meeting the other day too, and there was a woman in there, and she was telling her story. And she was telling a story of it was devastation at first because of where she was on her job. Well, she's moving through it. She's not all the way out of it yet, but she's figuring it out.
Yep.
So she's on the journey, and she's going to come out on the other side, and she's going to have the story to tell. I was here. I was being treated terribly. I was being destroyed emotionally. And now I've moved out. I've claimed my space back.
Yeah.
I'm with my family and being what I need to be for my family, and I'm finding my way now back into whatever business looks like.
Yeah.
And thriving and happy.
Being able to move forward
Exactly.
and see the.
And so she's going to come out happy, and she's going to come out in a place where she wants to be.
Yeah.
So she's got that story, but then she's going to have the next story.
Right.
You know, something else is going to happen, and you're going to move through that.
That's.
So many times, and I have an amazing leadership consultant that's guiding me on this stuff, but so many times we get stuck in our heads, I am just a barista. I am just someone that works at a grocery store. I am just, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. Talk about the transformation that you have seen from people that have been the I am just and are now I have and I am this.
So I would be one of the people that would have just said, I am just. And I still say it.
We all do though, I think.
Well, and I think
sometimes we get into that.
And your leadership
Yeah.
person has told me time and time again, quit saying that. Because I'll say, oh, that was probably stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Quit saying that. You know what you're talking about. Quit saying that. So I've had to go through it myself. I understand, and I still battle with, I have to say that I'm moving through that much better now, but it's easy to be there. I think that most people live there. And yet there's people who still feel like I'm just, but also know I have something to offer. I just don't know how. I'm just. And so that's it. Let's talk, because I'm going to show you as we're talking what you have to offer. Is this something you want to do? Because you have more to offer than you think you do.
That's great.
Sometimes we think that we're the only one going through
Exactly.
things, and I think sharing other people's stories with other people is so healing, because then you know that you're not the only one going through that. And that's so beneficial that you can share the story of where they were and how they are so much better now and how they've healed, and it's just so healing to people that are in that and think they feel stuck.
And so that's the thing. So the people who are saying I'm just
Yeah.
have this story that now is going to go, if you tell it, if you want to tell it, is going to heal people. So you're not just, your story is going to change lives now. It's changed yours, now it's going to transform others.
Well, and through the process, I can't imagine that they think in the beginning, well, I really don't have a story. But the more they go through the different cycles or the different pillars, is what you call them, I'm certain that even after the first piece of that, they're finding that, oh, well, maybe I am a big deal. Well, not really saying it that way.
Right. Well, maybe I have something to offer. I have something to offer. You know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I have the passion now that I want to offer, because you have to have that passion because your story is now going to start healing people, and that passion is going to be what does it.
And I think that's really neat, that just the mindset of, I want to heal others.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank the studio audience. Thank you very much for coming tonight and listening to Tara's story on what her journey is right now. And I look forward to seeing the journey from now and then, a year down the road, what's going to happen, or even, a couple months down the road. Can you tell people how to reach you? And if you can talk about the program and when that's coming up.
If you want to talk to me, you can go to triumphantstories.com. All the contact information is there. It's probably the fastest way for you to get there. Our next session is going to start September 1st. I'm still looking for cohorts. And you can be anywhere. So if you're watching this and you're not in Colorado, I have a cohort who is in Canada right now. So
it's not just local.
No,
I guess I didn't realize that. Okay.
So and as we grow, I'll be doing pop-up speaking events in some of those other areas. So, but yeah. So you can reach me, and I can give you all the details of the program and how it works are on the website. But you can certainly give me a call, and I'll talk to you all about it.
Yeah, and don't be intimidated by what you see online, because sitting down with this one is what's the most important step to find out if your story,
If you're ready.
because everybody has a story,
And it's always worth telling.
always worth telling. So it's really a matter of sitting down and having a conversation. That's all you need to do.
Yep. I'm just we're gonna tell each other stories.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much again to the studio audience, and thank you, Tara, for
Thank you for having me.
coming in. And is there a phone number too that you want to give out, or is that out on the website?
It's on the website, but they can reach me at 719-280-3119.
Text or call?
Text or call.
All right, great. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, and we will see you on the next story. What's your journey? What's your story? And most importantly, what makes you thrive? We'll see you on the next story.
I was always stressing about when to bathe my dog. He was always getting so dirty and itchy after playing outside, constantly battling ear infections.
But then, Scenthound totally changed the game for us.
Now, I don't have to think about it. We go every month. They take care of everything. A bath, nails trimmed, ears cleaned, and teeth brushed.
Plus, they do a wellness check at every visit, so I always know how he's doing.
And the best part, he actually loves going. I swear he knows when it's Scenthound Day.
If you have a dog, take them to Scenthound. It's the easiest way to keep them clean, healthy, and happy.
DER Windows and Synergy Homes is your trusted partner in building, improving, and protecting what matters most, your home. With a commitment to craftsmanship and quality, their team specializes in new home construction, delivering spaces that are built to last and designed to fit your lifestyle. Beyond building, DER Windows and Synergy Homes offers a full range of exterior services to keep your property looking its best and performing at its peak. From expert stucco and custom stonework to durable roofing solutions, replacement windows, and efficient gutter systems, every project is handled with precision and care. Whether you're starting from the ground up or upgrading your current home, DER Windows and Synergy Homes combines experience, reliability, and attention to detail to bring your vision to life. DER Windows and Synergy Homes. Quality you can see, craftsmanship you can trust.